Wait, that's happened? The real story of Valentine's Day, not romantic at all. History is full of strange but true stories, but few holidays have been so carefully airbrushed as Valentine's Day. Today it's pink cards, heart emojis, and overpriced chocolate. But if you peel back the glitter, the real story underneath is violent, uncomfortable, and deeply unromantic. Valentine's Day didn't begin with love letters. It began with blood, panic, and a desperate attempt to control human behavior. Long before anyone exchanged roses, ancient Rome celebrated a mid-February festival called Lupercalia. This was not a gentle affair. Priests known as Luperci sacrificed goats and dogs, then ran through the city wearing the animals' skins, striking women with strips of bloody hide. Far from being offended, many women lined up willingly, believing the ritual would make them fertile and ensure safe childbirth. It was chaotic, loud, and soaked in superstition. This was Rome's idea of romance, violence mixed with luck and reproduction, not candlelight dinners. As Christianity spread, church leaders were deeply uncomfortable with Lupercalia. The problem was that people loved it, so instead of banning it outright, the church tried a rebrand. Around the late 5th century, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th a feast day honoring Saint Valentine. Which Saint Valentine? That's where things get messy. One popular legend claims Valentine was a priest who secretly married young couples after Emperor Claudius II banned marriages, believing single men made better soldiers. When Valentine was discovered, he was imprisoned and executed, supposedly signing a farewell note to the jailer's daughter, "From your Valentine." It's a great story, but there's a problem. No contemporary records support it. Another Valentine was a bishop, also executed, with no romantic backstory at all. Some historians believe the stories were merged, exaggerated, or invented centuries later to give the holiday a more appealing narrative. In reality, Valentine may not have been a romantic hero at all, just another martyr whose name was convenient, memorable, and flexible enough to carry whatever meaning people wanted to attach to it. Centuries later, Valentine's Day took another strange turn. In medieval Europe, people genuinely believed that birds began mating in mid-February. Poets ran with the idea. Geoffrey Chaucer wrote about Valentine's Day as a moment when birds chose their partners, and suddenly the date became linked with courtly love. Nobles started exchanging poems and tokens, not because of ancient tradition, but because a poet made it sound romantic. What began as a pagan fertility ritual and a fuzzy martyr story was now being reshaped by literature. Then came the less charming side of Valentine's traditions. In some places, young people drew names from a box to determine their Valentine for the year, whether they liked the person or not. These pairings could be awkward, humiliating, or outright unwanted. In other regions, Valentine's Day became a time for public mockery. People sent vinegar Valentines, cruel cards designed to insult the recipient's looks, manners, or social status. Imagine waiting for a love note and opening a card that essentially said, "You'll die alone." Romantic? Not exactly. The holiday's final transformation came in the 19th century when industrialization met emotion. Cheap printing made mass-produced cards possible, and businesses realized something powerful: guilt sells. If you didn't buy a card, you looked careless. If you didn't buy flowers, you looked cheap. Love became something you could prove with money. By the time chocolate companies, jewelers, and advertisers got involved, Valentine's Day was no longer about saints, birds, or rituals. It was about consumption, pressure, and expectations wrapped in red paper. So, the holiday we know today isn't ancient, sacred, or even especially sincere. It's a patchwork stitched together from pagan blood rites, uncertain martyrs, medieval poetry, social anxiety, and clever marketing. Every heart-shaped box carries the ghost of goats, saints, poets, and printers who never intended to create a day of romance, only a day people couldn't ignore. If you enjoyed this strange piece of history, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more.